Okay everybody, here we are at the Pinhoti Skyway loop, and it's the Talladega, Cheehaw, Forest, maybe a combination, not sure. So, but with the Adams Gap trailhead, and we're going to get started. Kind of getting a late start. It's almost lunch, but you know, you've got all day to walk and talk, and we'll set up camp when we get ready. So hopefully we can make it to the top today. It's about 6 miles or so. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be a great day. It's great weather. If you look at the parking lot, we are definitely not the only ones on the trail today. So good times. Here we go. Okay, so we're about 3 miles in, close to 3 miles, and about 1.5 miles to go, so to what they call the Stairway to Heaven. We're probably going to stop there and eat some lunch and take a little break before we climb the stairs. But it's been a great day so far. Again, the weather's awesome. And for those of you who are thinking about hiking this trail, there are a lot of water crossings the first half. So, you know, if you drink a lot of water, there's many places to go ahead and fuel back up. So don't forget that. Take advantage of the creek crossings. However, it has rained a lot in the past couple of days, so that's probably why there are many creek crossings. They, from what I read, lasts about 2 days usually. So after a good rain, so there's still plenty of water if you need it. So here we go. We're going to get back on and walk a little further. Looks like we've made it to the rock garden. This whole hillside is nothing but rocks, and eventually the trail turns into nothing but rocks. So they call this the Stairway to Heaven, and let's just hope that we're not buried at the top. Getting close. I know in the summer and the spring you would not be able to see any of those rocks from here. But man, what a climb. Not far from the top now. Okay, so we made it to the top, and it is worth the climb. And for those that's going to attempt this, honestly, the climb is not too bad. You just have to take your time, and it's like walking upstairs. And man, you need some trekking poles. I wouldn't do it without them. But we're at the top now, and we're going to start hiking along the top, try to make it to camp by 5, and because our daylight's going to be running out pretty soon. But it's worth the climb, y'all. It looks like we made it to camp. Got our tents up, got a little fire going, got a little bit of daylight left. So looking forward to some rest and just a good time by the fire tonight. That's what camping is all about. Nothing like a little fire going, which looks like we need to pick it up a little bit. Got my ramen noodles with Starkist chicken pack. So it's just like chicken noodle soup. Mighty tasty tonight. So it's good times. Good morning everybody, it's day 2. Last night was pretty cold, but the sleeping bag did its job, and really windy over one of the ridges, or really all around us. So thankfully we didn't sleep on top of a ridge last night. But camp is down, and we've got a little bit of water going for our oatmeal, and got a percolator percolating some coffee. Now, the unique thing about that percolator is it belongs to my parents, and my parents said they got that, they think, when they got married, or it may be my grandparents. But so that percolator pot is about 60 years old, and we thought it'd be kind of neat to bring it on our first overnight backpacking trip and let it percolate once again. So we're looking forward to some good coffee this morning, and we're gonna get back on the trail. We gotta cover some miles today. We didn't make too many yesterday. So see you later. Check out the view. I think we are surely at the highest point now, which is a little over 2,900 feet. And I believe, you see those rock cliffs? That's the mountain we climbed yesterday afternoon. Here's the crossroads of the trail. I've been calling it a four-way stop, but it's 1, 2, 3. It is a four-way stop. So, Pinhoti Chill Park, Adams Gap Trail on the bottom. Chinnabee Silent Trail is where we're headed. And Pinhoti Adams Gap is where we are coming from. I believe the sun is blocking that out. I'm trying that. There we go. So we made it this far. A beautiful day for hiking. Here we go. Remember yesterday when I was talking about climbing that rock garden, aka the Stairway to Heaven? Well, just know that once you get to the top, eventually you've got to go down. And man, this has been a workout. This is how I like to take my breaks. It's like removing 35 pounds from your back and just laying down on the ground. You actually feel weightless. It's amazing. Alright, we are on the Chinnabee Trail. First good little river crossing here. Or creek, I say high creek. Looks like I'm gonna cross right there, but if you're like my brother and his boots has a big crack in it, you might want to find somewhere else to cross. Definitely liking this part of the trail. It's pretty smooth. Inclines aren't too bad. So maybe I'll survive this thing. Seeing a lot of hikers today, day hikers. So it's really cool to meet people hiking along the trail of all ages, young and old. We're trying to find a place to cross where it's not so deep or slick. So here's where you put on the river shoes once again and wade through the cold water. From the sound of the waterfalls, I believe we're close to Devil's Den. Hoping that is. 'Cause it sounds like a big waterfall. And we gotta cross it. Been a little warmer today than it was yesterday, so that doesn't help the hike any. But I have to say, this is one of the toughest things I think I've done physically in a long time. So just trying to complete it. May not be able to complete it in the time I want, but we're just cruising along. Good times. You don't want any weak boards in that one. Triple waterfall up ahead. I should have got that earlier. Absolutely beautiful up here. Reminds me of a section of Montana that I was in. You got to go in that little deep part. Huh? You got to go in the little deep part. Right here? Right here. No, yeah, there. What y'all don't understand is this water so cold, man, it hurts. So we got a little fire going, got some water boiling. Gonna eat some Mountain House beef stroganoff tonight. So this is the last night. Got about 4, maybe 5 miles to go, something like that, maybe 4 in the morning to hike back to the car. So it's been a good day. Good morning, everybody. It's day 3 in the morning, and we just packed up camp, and it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. We're trying to get a little bit of an early start today, because today we make it to the car. So we don't have maybe 4.5 miles this morning, so not too bad, and hopefully be home by this afternoon or close to lunch, something like that. So, but it's been a great time. And so tomorrow I turn 55, and so this is like a birthday weekend for me. It's been a great time being out on the trail, doing something new, doing something different, and doing something hard. And like I said yesterday, it's probably one of the hardest things I've done in a long time. I'm not in too good a shape, but many of you don't know that I had a heart attack a year and a month ago. And after that, I was hiking and everything before, but I realized how much more I wanted to do things. And so yesterday on the trail, what made me think of this is because we saw so many people, different ages, all shapes and sizes, hiking on the trail. Young people, old people, a lot of people are just, it seemed like our age, everybody was out. Some were backpacking like us, and some were just out walking. So I say that no matter what age you are, what build you are, just get outside, enjoy the nature, enjoy what God's created. And because we saw all kinds of people yesterday. Some people you think, well, you know, they're just walking in the woods, and that's basically what it is. And we saw some beautiful places yesterday. Alabama is beautiful, and the only way to see most of it is you got to get out and walk to it. Devil's Den yesterday, one of the prettiest places I've seen. But the only way to see it is you got to get out and walk to it. You can't drive to it. So get out and enjoy the woods every now and then. Get your kids out. We saw men with boys yesterday. What a great sight that was to see. So just men and boys hanging out together and camping. And we saw a father with, I believe it was his 2 daughters, and they were camping. And just a great time to be out in the woods. So maybe you're new to this channel, you don't know me, but I've had a good time this weekend in the woods. So get out and enjoy it. Give it a try. All right, here we go on the trail, about 10 after 8. Something about the end or the last day, when you know Every step you make is closer to the car. But I will say, oh, kind of hard to do this and hold a camera at the same time. But it's been great. Time to get away. Well, that's something you don't see on the trail every day. Maybe it's some kind of a memorial to someone. Can't imagine anybody would hike up here in those and then leave them. We are getting close to the end of the trail. Several miles to go, but this is one of the best campsites we've come across, because you could listen to that all night long. Great water source. I mean, if it's summertime and it flows like that, you could actually swim a little bit. But it looks like we're gonna get our feet wet again. But I would hike here from the other direction just to do an overnighter. That's a perfect creek to camp by. But one thing I have to realize, when I turn around and look back at how high we have climbed each ridge, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's pretty good. Pretty steep. You know, that's the sign we've been looking for. It's over. We actually completed the loop, and boy, am I tired. So special thanks to my brother Chris for taking on this adventure with me. He said to hike behind me all day and push me along. But wow, what an accomplishment to be able to just take on something like this, spend a few days in the woods and complete the loop. So hope y'all enjoyed this and hope to make many more like this.